And now, the funniest man in all of Laurel, Maryland, it's snack time!
There comes a time in the heart of every younger brother where it's time to throw a bachelor party. But what do you do? That's my tin reach. What do you do? What do you do? Well, what do you do when your brother is a seminary Kenny and his wife, the beautiful Filipino bride, sexy Kate, says, Terry, no, do not take Kenny and his friends to a bachelor party strip bar. I don't want him to see the other dancers. Terry, no, please. I said, Kate, I would never do that to you. What do you take me for? I'm going to take Kenny and his friends to someplace respectable. Kate. I eased her sorrow, much like a bridge over troubled water. I laid her burdens down. I said, Kate, no problem. Come on. So I gathered Kenny and his friends. One of them is so Christian, he's even named Keith Christian. That is his real name. So Keith Christian and Kenny and all of our friends, we plopped into the back of our minivan and we headed on down to Laurel, Maryland, God's country, USA. Where else do you celebrate Seminary Kenny's bachelor party? And I took him to one of my favorite dives called it's really creative title. You ready for this? Dancers. That's right. Laurel, big-haired, blonde, dye job dancers, baby. They shake your groove thing, shake your groove thing. Yeah, yeah. Everybody dancing now. Everybody dancing now. And they were all dancing. And Kenny and his friends had never been to a titty bar. I didn't say titty. I said booby bar. They'd never been to a booby bar, so they were like looking around like, oh. I mean, you'd think they were Asian tourists. Like, oh, interesting new place. So there we were sitting in dancers, like jazz hands. And Kenny and his friends were just not acting appropriately. One of them turned to another, Keith Christian turned to another guy, Roy, and he was like, hey, Roy, this place is like Sodom and Gomorrah, like they talk about in the Bible, the good book. And then the other guy was like, no, this is not really Sodom and Gomorrah. This reminds me of the restaurant where Lot and Sarah had before she turned into a pillar of salt. No, it's much more like Sodom and Gomorrah in Leviticus 8:58. I was like, guys, quiet! There are people dancing here. The place is called Dancers. Not argue over biblical quote time. Be nice. And the dancers were working so hard to please Seminary Kenny on his day before his wedding. They were trying so hard to just really, they like shook their booties extra hard. I mean, they oiled themselves up a little extra strong, and they even had more glitter on their boobs than usual. They were trying to give till their back was broken, trying to give love like a charwoman, trying to receive some of his friends. So they pulled me aside to dance. One of them, her name is Dawn, and she's like, Terry, your brother and his friends, the do-gooders, are not tipping. It is gratuity. It is expected. And I said, Dawn, stay no more, baby. Let me go talk to my bro, to mi hermano, mi descamisado. She goes, please do, because I'm serious. The girls are starting to get their feelings hurt. They really are. So I said, Kenny, get your shit together, boy. Cut this out. You are treating the dancers like dirt. You're making them feel badly. This is the last night before you're married. Lighten up. He said, I'm sorry. I'm trying to have a good time. I'm trying to be nice. I was like, pull it together. So then this dancer came around, and she wanted so much just to please Kenny on his special day. So in between her boobs, she stuck a shot glass filled with an alcoholic beverage. So she put the shot glass in. She said, lean your head back, doll. I'm going to give you a drink you'll never forget. And she started shimmying like a sexy mad woman. Woo! She was shaking the boobs, shaking the glitter. I was bedazzled, baby. She was shaking it. I felt like I was under a disco ball. I was like, blah, 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 blah. And there she went. She tipped the drink into Kenny's mouth. And all his friends were like, oh, boy. Oh, no. Goodness gracious. And we were all like, yeah. And then the dancer waited for her gratuity. And Kenny was not digging deep into his wallet. I said, Kenny, go on, give her a tip. He's like, tip her? No, Terry, it's anti-religious. I said, you drunk from her boobies. He goes, but that was maternal. I told myself it was like, I don't know, like mommy giving me her boob milk. I said, pull in your wallet and give her $1, boy. What is your problem? I was talking like that. So he was not going to tip her, and he was feeling really guilty. So he went over to do a little prayer, and he was like, Jesus, Lord, can I tip this dancer? And you know what? Even the Lord might have told Kenny to do so, because finally, when he had finished his little quiet time, he opened his eyes, and he was a man changed. He dug deep in his wallet and he paid her gratuity. Maybe it's because of the loveliness that Jesus showed to Mary Magdalene. I don't know. And speaking of Mary Magdalene, I think it's funny because one of my best friends, Carla, yours truly from Cyberlove and headmistress of the Sink, is called Mary Magdalene by her mother, Amelia, stolen trash can Cole. And I think that's hilarious. But, and so does Carla, actually. So, Mrs. Cole, I know you watch Snackboy. If you'd like to write in and tell us why, maybe we can interview you on an upcoming Snack. We've interviewed Jim Cole. I want to meet the diva up close and personal. And until tomorrow, babies. Mwah!